Welcome to Company Having number 2. So I have one last video to shoot after this video, and since we have 15 minutes until I will be 41 for the rest of this year, I want to talk to y'all about some serious stuff. Alright? This world, we are in the precipice of fix it or get fucked. Alright? There's a lot of everybody out here. We got Trump 2020 guys over here. We got everybody else over here. And we got the people who don't know what the fuck is going on right here. And we also have the people who just don't give a fuck right here. Alright. So I was talking to my friend from Australia about all this stuff. And as I told him, and I'll tell you guys here on Conflict Havoc number 2, I hold no ill will to whoever the hell votes for Trump. I have no ill will to that. You know why? Because that's how you feel. You have that right to vote. And I have nothing against you for voting for him. Respectfully, I will probably in secret, and that's why I'm saying it out loud, in secret, I will definitely question your moral compass. Because I know I voted for Hillary, and I'm going to vote for Biden. And I know that everyone who's voting for Trump is going to question my moral compass. So now I'm going to justify that shit. Alright? So this is the point where, if you are a Trump fan, if you can handle the truth, sit your ass down and enjoy some truth. You are entitled to your opinion, and I'm not going to stop it. I'm also not going to reply to it in a negative manner, because here's how the world works. For America, you have the freedom to vote for whoever you want to run the country. And if Trump is helping your pockets, you are going to vote for him. Whether you tell me you did or you didn't is up to you. But most people will tell you a lot to your face to save friendships. Alright? If I'm really your friend and you voted for Trump, I'm still your fucking friend. Do I not question your morals? No, I question your morals because that's just who I am. Because we don't see the same things. That's what the difference maker is. But is that going to make me not be your friend anymore? I am not that fucking shallow. And anybody who is that shallow were probably never your friends to fucking begin with. Alright. So, again, Trump supporters, you're welcome to stay. You're not going to like what I have to say. So, I apologize to you right now. I'm not going to force you to hear what I have to say. But at the same time, don't get mad when I don't want to hear what you have to say. Because here's how this works. If he's benefiting you, good for you. He's not benefiting me. And I'm going to explain this to you one more time. Alright, a lot of y'all don't seem to think that this man is a racist. That's your opinion. And you know why you don't think he's a racist? Because everything that he says or does is not affecting you directly. Alright? And you're entitled to that. That's your God-given right to be entitled to how you feel. And ain't a damn thing I can do or say, and I'm damn sure not going to try to convince you, because I don't like wasting my breath or my time. So I'm going to tell you why he does not have my support. He will never have my support. And from where I stand, the man is a bloody racist. You don't have to agree with me. Which would only make me ask you to ask yourself, are you true to yourself? Or are you secretly a racist and just don't want to admit it? Because here's my feeling about racism. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I met one honest racist in my life. And I have never not appreciated that or disrespected that. In fact, I respected him more for that. He was a friend of my friend's dad. One of my friends had a roommate whose dad was a racist. They were twin brothers. They lived off of Avon. Now, I'm not going to give the exact address because I can't remember it for one, and I'm not going to give no names because they may have changed their views. But their views towards me and my friend, because we were mixed, were different. Because what their exact value was, it's only one part of you that we don't really like, and you couldn't help that. If your parents dated someone who was black, you couldn't help that. Because that's the truth. You don't get to choose who your parents are. They get to choose whether to have you or abort your ass. That's the only two options. Either we're going to have you or we're going to abort you. And these dudes were straight with me. They're just like, look, dude, honestly, we don't fucking like black people. But because you ain't all the way black and because you don't look black, we alright with you. We don't hate Mexicans. We don't hate Native Americans. We don't hate Chinese. But we don't fucking like black people. And from that day forward, me and my friend's friend and his daddy and his uncle who were racist, we was cool as shit. I'm still cool with them. If I see them today, I'm going to be cool with them. You know why? Because they were some honest-ass racists, which is what most race people are not. Most racists are not honest at all. So now let's get to my point of why I will not support Trump. Alright? I didn't vote for Biden. Let's get that out of the way before I go any further. I did not vote for Biden, but I will be voting for Biden when November strikes. Alright? I voted for Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren not only proved that she had at least 7% of Native American DNA in her, and that would have been the icing on the top of my cherry sundae because she has 7% Native American. I have a lot more. I just don't know what the percentage is until I get that money for 23andMe. And also your Ancestry.com. I'm going to take as many DNA tests as possible because those things are not 1,000% foul-proof. Nothing is 1,000% foul-proof. But anyway, I know that I'm biracial, or multicultural rather. I know that both my grandmothers are of Native American descent. My father's grandmother is full-blooded Cherokee. My grandmother, on the other hand, still questionable, but Cherokee. Her husband was black, so my dad is black and Cherokee. Alright? My mom, her mom is Cherokee or Cherokee and black, which is why I need to take that DNA test. My mom's father was black and white. So yeah, and he looked like a white man with a tan. So yeah, I'm 1,000% mutt, and I am multicultural to the fucking max. And if you look at the videos I have with my nieces and nephews, we're all different shades of color. Alright? So you know we're mixed, and we have good hair. Not that that's relevant. So I won't support Trump, because back when I was in high school, he had a thing against Native Americans and casinos, because his casino was losing money to their casino. That's not a personal strike on me, but what affects one Native American tribe affects all Native American tribes. And I pretty much was cool with Donald Trump while he was dealing with the WWE. I do not hate Donald Trump. In any means necessary, I do not hate this man. But I don't have to love him for the bigoted, racist shit that flies out of his mouth. You know, before the Chinese incident ever happened, there was Standing Rock. So our leaving administration, Barack Hussein Obama, who was born in Hawaii when Hawaii became one of the 50th states, and now he's doing the same bullshit with Kamala Harris, you know, who was born in San Francisco, to an Indian, the flying carpet kind, and a black man from Jamaica. Alright? So she's biracial. So she definitely has my support, because I'm multicultural. Like The Rock, who's biracial, like she, who's biracial, I'm multicultural. I have 3 ethnicities, they have 2. Alright? But they're all human beings. So our, and Barack as well, our exiting president signed a decree to protect Standing Rock from that fucking pipeline. And nobody was giving a damn. Not NBC, ABC, not Fox, not CBS, nobody. Celebrities were getting arrested. White celebrities, not Native American celebrities, which kind of pissed me off, but mostly it was white celebrities that put this shit on the map. So I'm kind of mad that none of the Native American celebrities even stood up or even went there to make a point. So that kind of pissed me off to certain Native American celebrities. Come on, man. Y'all could have done a little bit more for Standing Rock. But that's not here or there. We will make a video about that another time. But our outgoing President Obama signed in, you know, no one's touching Standing Rock. Day one, after 2 weeks before he got in, telling the Lakota Sioux Indians, oh, I have no business with the Standing Rock pipeline. I don't think the pipeline should go through. Y'all can go find the videos. They're here on YouTube. Search them. You'll find them. Trust me. Especially the one about 93 in the casinos. This is what kind of swayed me away from the Trump Meister. Alright? So the Trump Meister goes and decides, day one, as president, goodbye Obama's decree of protection for the Standing Rock Sioux tribe. Hello pipeline. Now, if you live here in Virginia, you know that we've had some pipeline issues going on also, and a couple of tribes fought against that and they won. So there's no pipeline coming through Virginia for the moment, you know. And that's like further south, like towards Scottsville and stuff like that. There is a tribe that way that fought against the pipeline. In light of the retrospect of what's going on in the news today with our Lewis and Clark statue on the same street as the other Lewis and Clark statue, Lewis and Clark, getting paint smeared all over it because it has him attacking a group of Native Americans, where the other statue has Sacagawea kneeling behind and beside Lewis and Clark. And everybody was thinking they wanted that to be gone. And my opinions on that personally is that I should probably make a video about both of those after this video. But anyway, that being said, when he decreed the Sioux Nation of Lakota Standing Rock that they were going to lose their land to this pipeline that was going to fuck up their livelihood and all that, me and him was done. And I didn't think that he could sink any lower than that. And y'all might not have been watching all the videos of Native Americans coming. They were on C-SPAN and other things because, you know, the news doesn't stay on the permanent channels all day. They have their time. NBC, ABC, CBS, they all have their morning shows, and their morning shows stop at about 12. Some of them. But the other news like C-SPAN, ESPN 2, 3, 4, 25, and all these other ones, they either have sports on all day, CNN has a news hour, everybody has something going on that's news, and it stays on recessionally, rapidly, repeatingly, over and over again. So there was tribes that were coming to D.C., putting up teepees, marching around, doing their dances and all this other shit, having a powwow. And if you weren't following behind that, Trump did nothing to hear from them. He didn't go out to make a statement to them. He didn't do anything. You know, he just fucked them. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And the pipeline, as far as I know, is still having issues, but it's probably still going to go through. And I'm like praying for Coyote the Trickster to come back so he can fuck up everything, but that's not happening. So I didn't think he could get any lower until COVID-19 hit. And when COVID-19 hit, America itself became omega racist. Just like when SARS hit, America became omega racist. And I'm sorry, I'm not just going to put it on him. I'm going to put it on all Americans. Blacks were attacking Chinese. Chinese were getting burnt alive and all kinds of other shit, getting attacked at the subway, getting beat up because, and these Chinese were Americans who never even left the fucking country. People were chasing Chinese people with spray cans, and our president was not helping to control, contain, and maintain the situation because he went to the one thing that I wouldn't think that he would stoop any lower than when he started calling it Kung Flu and the Chinese virus. And I have Chinese friends. A lot of them. I have Korean friends. I have Vietnamese friends. Let's just go even out. I have some Asian friends that I worry about. You know, some of my Chinese friends live in these places where Chinese people were attacked. Especially my friends in New York. And I got a friend who may be in San Francisco, but I won't swear to it. But where the black guy attacked the Chinaman with the fucking cans, and they kept trying to hit him with the stick. I've never been more appalled to be black when this shit was going on. Alright? See, that's the thing about being multicultural. I can denounce my blackness when black people do really bad shit. When Native Americans do really bad shit, I can denounce my Native American hate. And let's just face it, I ain't never going to be white. But I have mad love for the white members of my family. You know? But our president kept taking it, the bigotry, to another step. Because since y'all don't want me calling him a racist, I'll just call him a fucking bigot if that makes it better for you. But when the Asian reporter, this is the straw that broke the camel's back for me. It was okay to no damn degree. It was not okay for him to be going around first calling it the Chinese virus. Yeah, it came from China. Big fucking deal. You can't blame all Chinese people for that one little clusterfuck that it happened at, except for it got back out. Because, you know, they ventured from their homes to places that they probably had no idea. And I'll be honest, I seen videos of Chinese people doing some really raunchy, fucked up ass shit, where they would lick their fingers and touch all the buttons. And then there was the videos with the old woman who was spitting on the buttons, and there was an old man who came in and did the same goddamn thing. And so they started lining up elevators with these little sticks so that you can touch the elevators with. And then somebody went and started spitting on the fucking sticks. Okay, so instead of working on a solution, that people, those Chinese people, was causing more problems. But that doesn't mean that all the Chinese people was doing that shit. But in America, we took that shit too far and started beating up on Chinese people just because they were Chinese. Hell, we beat it up on people who were Asian just because they were Asian, and we didn't know if they were even Chinese. Which is why I'm worried about all of my Asian friends. Alright? And then the fact that Native Americans are biologically Asian No one's attacked me yet because they don't know what the fuck I am. So that's been a blessing in disguise. So we have a Asian reporter. I am officially 41. 47 for the whole day. Birthday's over. Yippee-ki-yay. Okay. So when he went, because that Asian reporter that was talking to him is actually from Virginia. So I did some research. I can't pronounce her name still. But she was there, and he said, why don't you go ask China what their plan is? Now, has she been white, would he have said that? Has she been black, would he have said that? No. He knew she was Chinese. He sat right there and asked her, why don't you go ask China? And then the gracious white reporter that was behind her gave her colleague the chance to finish her question. And then he took both of them on a racist rant of saying shit that he probably should not have said. And then there's his tweets. May God have mercy on his tweets. If there's a God in Twitter who's maintaining that shit, y'all might want to monitor him a little bit more carefully. So I'm like, you know what? I stopped following all that shit. I stopped following the news because I'm sick of it. So, I'm going to end this video with this. For you Trump supporters, I don't question your morals. Not completely. I question your racist morals. Because if you're supporting a racist, are you secretly a racist and just don't want to be honest with me about it? Or are you just confused as fuck? I also want to talk to women before I go, because this just hit me before I even got on that. For you women who are voting, alright, I have 5 sisters. And so help me God, with the exception of the 2 that have a decent boyfriend and a husband. If one of my sisters came home and said that a man grabbed her by the pussy, you give me his name, you give me his address, and I'm going to go break his fucking hands. And then I'm going to break his elbows, and then his collarbones, and then his kneecaps. I might even rip out his goddamn spine. Because if you didn't consent to that shit, that's not cool. Alright? And what woman do you know in life is going to just let some strange dude grab them by the vagina? No one that I know, unless they're like dating or fucking or doing some kind of thing that they got going on. But no, the average woman is not just going to let some stranger grab her by the fucking vagina. So for all you women who are voting for this fella, I do question your morals. Because if I was a woman and a man was telling me, I'm going to grab you by the vagina, like, fuck dog you are, buddy. Because one, the second you touch me, I'm going to knee you in the nuts. And then I'm going to knee you in the fucking face. And if that doesn't stop you, I'm going to take my high heel off and dig that bitch into your fucking neck. I'm sorry. That was the martial artist in me. Also the veteran from the military. But as far as that concerns, since I'm not a woman, I don't have to worry about that shit. But it's the same damn thing, I would never go and just grab a chick by the vagina. I don't have the right to do that. No. But if I was a woman, I damn sure wouldn't want somebody to just think that they could go up there and do that shit to me. And then, on the final note on that note, why is it that Bully Bush got fired, but this guy still got the presidency? Even though it was a hot mic confession, it's still a goddamn confession. No. Go figure. So again, I don't care if you vote for this man. But I do have to ask you, are you voting for him because he's helping your pockets, or are you voting for him because you're secretly a racist and you don't want to tell anybody? This dude's a bigot and a racist, and I don't care how you feel about it. I'm sorry if I have offended anybody here with the truth. The truth is not kind, and the truth is not blind. Justice is blind, but the truth is not. And if you can't see that this dude is a racist and a sexist and an all-out bigot, that's on you. But again, it won't affect my friendship with you if you vote for him. I have no say in that. Because like I said, I'm sure you're going to question my morals, which I just explained to you why I'm going to vote for Biden. Honestly, truly to God, when we had the Democratic vote for the nominee, I voted for Elizabeth Warren. Because like I said, it would be fan-motherfucking-tastic if someone who had at least 2 grams of Native American blood could get in there and start helping out some of these Native American villages, some of the Native American tribal laws, a lot of the other stuff that Native Americans issues that no one's actually bringing to the forefront, like Standing Rock. And granted, Elizabeth Warren might not do that. She might not do a damn thing for Native Americans. But, like I said, she only has 7%. So her Native American blood isn't as thick as mine. But I voted her for the simple fact that, one, Hillary wasn't running, and two, she's part Native American. And to date, there has not been a Native American president. To date. Not a full blood, not a half breed, none of that. And if I have offended you with the words full blood, pure blood, or a half breed, those are some of the insults that I have been called. Not the pure blood, not the full blood, but I have been an unpure blood, and I have been a half breed. Just in case that you don't know, yes, I have had some racist incidents with Native Americans as well. Most of my incidents have come with black people. I've had maybe 3 or 4 incidents with white people, but most of the incidents have come with black people. So, we all have to figure it out. But as far as my concerns on, if you're going to vote, please vote. I don't give a damn who you vote for. It's not going to change how I feel about you. It's just going to make me ask the moral question of, are you secretly a racist? Or are you just confused? Now, I'm not saying that Biden's any better. As I said, I voted for Elizabeth Warren, just like I voted for Hillary when it came to Donald Trump versus Hillary. You guys are going to make your decision. It's not my choice to make the decision for you. It's my choice to let you know who the hell I'm voting for. So, without further ado, this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.